I think he actually wound up sharding, didn't he?
He did. He pooped his pants. He pooped his pants. So on this panel, we were talking about craziest road stories, and it just kind of went off into this really dumb tangent. And I was like, man, we should have captured that for the podcast.
Was it a disaster?
Oh no, everything we do is a disaster.
Oh, I can get that footage actually.
Okay. But I just thought it'd be kind of cool to maybe not do the exact same thing, go off on a tangent about the poltergeist lady bending over and having to lick her butt in order to get ghosts to go away. But
That actually happened?
that happened, that was a combo. But I thought we travel, we travel a lot, but what's some of the really cool or funny road trip stories that's never really been mentioned in an episode? Because I know that you have one in particular about me in the woods that, and you were there for that. And so
He was there for that one.
Eric was there. Okay, maybe Eric was there for that one then. Yeah.
Eric was there for sure. Okay, if you're comfortable with me telling that one,
Oh, I don't care. I don't
we
care.
have a lot of stories that we
So wait.
tell.
Yeah.
What type of stories are you asking for?
Just okay.
Stories from the road.
Obviously, when we go.
Fun stories? Because there are no fun road stories.
Sure there are.
Oh God.
It's a dry. It's just like. It's like
I know.
getting people going on a road trip with you guys.
And that's why Heidi and Jared snapped that
Yeah.
one time.
Oh,
Okay,
they
I'm gonna
had
be honest.
Every right.
Wait, Rob, you've been on a road trip with me and Billy. We're a hoot, aren't we?
Yeah, fun. No, it is fun.
Probably the most memorable instance on a road trip. It's on the way back from a road trip, and I'm not sure if we'd actually gotten into Texas yet. I want to say we were already in Texas, and we only had like 2, maybe 3 hours left to get back home. And we stopped at a rest stop. Everybody stretched their legs, used the bathroom or whatnot. And Jay had driven the whole time. And
Are you really about to tell this story?
I'm about to tell the story.
Is this what I think?
You know
it
what?
is?
I don't know what it is.
Eric wanted to drive. Okay.
Oh.
And
Were you worried it was something else?
We had 2 cars.
Okay, so hang on. First of all, we were going to Vegas, and we were on our way to Vegas.
That's not how.
Yes, that's how it
Eric,
happened.
Eric, how did it happen?
We were on
Eric's probably going to deny the whole thing and say, I don't know what you guys are talking about.
No,
on our
he
way
hasn't
to
denied it.
Vegas. He hasn't denied it.
No, I guarantee you it was on the way back because you guys were tired.
It was on the way there.
Thank you.
It was
on
not
the
on the
way.
way
Yes,
there.
it was.
Okay.
That's neither here nor there. I was
We're
tired.
going to have to get Eric to settle this. Regardless, Eric jumped in the car.
Hey, did it happen twice? Is that why we both remember two different? Did it happen there and on the way
No,
back?
that was the last time I let Eric behind the steering wheel. I've never that's the joke in the movie is letting him drive. It's probably a bad idea because what you're about to tell right now. That was the one and only time I ever let him get behind the wheel in a vehicle I was driving. And never again, never since. So I know it was on the way to Vegas.
Eric was going to drive because Jay was tired, and it was just the last final lap of the trip.
That is true,
We had
but
2
yes.
different cars. I was in the passenger seat of the one that Eric was in. I forgot who was in the back seat, honestly. And we jump on the highway. We are on the highway no more than 30 seconds. And I hear like that because it's going off the road and it's hitting those little bumps, right? And I look over and I thought Eric was doing this on purpose just to screw with everybody that was tired in the back because they were already going to sleep by the time we got on the road. And I look over to see this like that. And I'm thinking, are you freaking serious? We had just gotten on the road. And I was just dumbfounded that he had fallen asleep that fast. It's like he passed out. It was like the Griswolds.
I was trying to sleep in the back, and then that happened, and of course it woke me up too. And I see Eric kind of, I can see him like
It's ridiculous.
3/4 view of him, whatever. But immediately I was like, "Pull over, you're done." No, I'm good. No, pull over, you're done. I was awake at that point.
I was driving Chris's truck behind, and I.
That's funny.
I saw it. Yeah, I saw it happen.
It was literally 30 seconds. Like, this is no exaggeration.
A smile on my face because I knew it. At least I thought I knew what Eric was doing. He was messing with you fools just to wake you up, you know, just being a jerk.
Nope.
And I look over and I see that it had woken him up too.
So it's funny.
So I don't know when he had passed out, but I'm sitting there completely oblivious to the fact that nobody's driving the car until it starts to go off the road. And I'm in the passenger seat.
Yeah, because I was in the back trying to get.
I'm looking at the scenery, you know. I'm enjoying the ride. Wow. Man.
What story did you think that he was going to tell? Because you had something else turning in your head.
Oh, I thought, but I just realized he wasn't there for it. I thought he was telling the story from when we were coming back from Toronto, and we stopped in St. Louis, and I jumped in the back to sleep, and it was me and Eric in the back seat, and you and Norm were in the front. And it was raining.
We can't tell this story.
We can't tell that story. That's what I thought he was going to tell. No, there's a lot of stories we just flat the fuck out cannot tell.
No, hey, you guys don't understand. If they can't tell a story,
it's bad. It's sad.
It's beyond bad.
It's beyond bad.
It's embarrassing for one particular person, and that's your. It's
usually embarrassing.
No. Well, that's not that embarrassing.
That's not that embarrassing.
No.
See,
Eric would be okay with us telling that
see
one.
what I mean? If they can't tell it, it's gotta be bad.
It's bad. That's the story I thought he was going to tell, but then I quickly realized he wasn't even there for that. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's funny because like Eric did that, and we kind of wrote that into the movie in a way, like the Adventure and Game Chasing movie. It's the part where when we run out of the diner after we see the spider, and Eric saying, "Let me drive," and I'm like,
almost runs off the road. No, I'm good.
well, this is the bit.
you're not.
This is where that came from actually. So it's funny you mentioned that because we wrote that because of that what happened in real life. So in the movie, Eric's like, "Let me drive," and I'm like, "I could use a nap," which I was tired at the time. And Billy says it's probably a bad idea. He says, "See, only probably," and that's the bit. Throwing the keys. He says, "Shotgun." He gets in, and then what's he do in the movie? He gets tired. That whole scene was written and inspired by what happened in real life.
Art imitates life.
Yeah.
Art.
Art.
It takes life.
So, okay, I got one. Would you want me to tell this one? So I will.
Well, it's the one that popped in my head first.
Right. We were coming home from Philadelphia, and it was me, you, and Eric. And I don't know why, but the both of you, for whatever reason, just had to, because I had to pull over a second time for Eric. Remember? For whatever reason, you guys just couldn't hold your poop. That's the simplest way to put it. You just couldn't hold.
We had raging diarrhea.
So
there was something at the con, man, that got us both.
we're driving on the highway, and there's nothing around for a while, not even an exit. It's one of those kind of stretches. And Billy's like, "Pull over." I'm like, "What's wrong?" He's like, "Pull over. I got to use the bathroom." I'm like, "You serious?"
On the highway, so
Yeah.
middle of the road.
Yeah, no, like on the highway. He's like, "Yeah, pull over." I was like, "All right." So I pull over, right? And there was nothing around. There was nothing in sight. There wasn't even like, oh, this exit coming up, and there's like nothing for me to go, well, hang on a minute.
I can just imagine somebody else like coming down the road. They see a car on the highway, and they look over, and they see this pale butt just squatted over and just
hang on a second.
You're not too far off.
Too far off. You're not too far off, actually. So I pull over, and I'm thinking Billy has to take a leak. Okay, no big deal. I've done it before. Hell, I've done it driving in the city. Like literally pulled over in a parking lot and take fucking piss because I had to. So Billy did you grab napkins or toilet paper?
You gotta go.
It had to have been the napkins.
So a couple of things. One, I always travel with my own toilet paper because like gas station bathroom toilet paper sucks. It's one ply. Hotel toilet paper usually sucks too. It's just not good. I kind of have a sensitive bum, so I need like Charmin, like extra soft.
What a wimp, man.
This guy wipes his ass with sandpaper though. So anyhow, I'm not messed up about it. I'm pampered when it comes to that. So I always travel with my own toilet paper, and I also always have napkins in my car. So I'm first thinking he's got to take a leak. He grabs some napkins. I'm like, oh, okay, okay. So he goes, and it was probably a good 30 feet.
Yeah.
Where the tree, like the edge of the road to the tree line, about 30 feet.
Yeah.
So Billy's walking over there, and imagine like what's the footage of that Bigfoot, like the famous footage where he was walking across and looks.
Patterson Gimlin.
What's it called?
Patterson Gimlin footage.
Patterson Gimlin footage.
I just said.
I'm saying a little louder because you talk like a little. God. So imagine that, right? That's what I see, because Billy's kind of a blonde Bigfoot over here. So he goes into the woods, and me and Eric are watching him, and I'm like,
So you actually had the
he had the cover of the tree.
courtesy to spare people from the visual.
Can you imagine?
What yeah, if there was like just an empty field, that wouldn't have spared the courtesy. I had no choice.
That's what I was thinking.
So me and Eric are like,
I would have just dug a hole and just sat down.
I was thinking, in my mind, when you first said that, I figured you just walked 10 feet away from the car and just swung.
No. He had a little more
Did your
tact
business.
than that. But me and Eric were like,
I'm impressed. I'm impressed that you had the...
so me and Eric were like,
Oh,
he's
okay.
gonna take a shit. So he goes in there, and we can see him, right? Like barely. It's like through the trees we can see him. So we know he's there, right? So we're watching this, which perverted, right? Like, why are we watching this? That just hit me. Weird, watching a grown man take a dump. So we see his pants go down, and we see him squat, and we're laughing so hard in the car. We're just laughing so. I didn't actually see poop fall.
Because that could be him in like half an hour.
Well, hang on, wait, I'm not done with the story. Hang on a second. I told you,
No.
they both could not hold their poop on the train. They both just couldn't hold it. So we see Billy, we see him drop trout, we see him squat. We didn't actually see poo fall, so we're laughing, giggling like two some schoolgirls.
Karma got Eric.
Yeah, worse than me.
Billy does his business. He comes trouncing out of the freaking tree line like a Bigfoot again, and we're still kind of giggling about it. And he sees us 30 feet away, like kind of laughing and pointing. So he starts smiling and laughing.
Was there toilet paper? I missed that.
Napkins. Yeah, I had napkins.
I don't remember what it was, but I do remember that whatever it was, it just wasn't enough because it was diarrhea. I had to roll it. I had to finish with a leaf.
You do realize he touched the handle of that car with crap all over his hands.
No.
Got into your car with crap all over his hands, touching everything and soiling everything.
I guess it's a good thing I don't have that car anymore. Also, I'm pretty sure I had hand sanitizer with me. This would have been pre-COVID, but I'm germophobic, and now doing conventions actually made me very germophobic, and I always had hand sanitizer on me. Anyhow, so Billy comes out of there, and he thinks he's cute because he just took a dump in the woods.
It's never like had illustrations,
Drawings.
like a Wonder Girl on type of
Maybe it should.
public service.
So we start going down the road, right? All three of us got a nice little laugh out of that one, right? Because we're fucking immature as hell. So we start going down the road, and I'd say what, maybe half an hour later, maybe
Unbelievable.
maybe half an hour later, Eric's like, Jay, I need you to stop soon.
No foresight, man. He's sitting there laughing at you. He should have known he was next.
He's like, Jay, I need you to stop soon. And I go, okay. He goes, no, I'm serious. Like, I need you to stop really soon. I go, do you want me to pull over? He goes, no, I'm not gonna go take a dump in the woods like Billy did. I'm like, okay. So mind you, I'm just driving. You gotta wait for an exit, okay? He wants an actual bathroom. And he's just, it probably took us, what, 15, 20 minutes to actually find somewhere to be able to pull over and stop. Not my fault, like that's just the way the road was.
I'm really hoping you remember the key part of this story.
The entire time, dude. He's like, Jay, like seriously, I need you to stop. I'm like, Eric, what do you want me to do? He's like, find somewhere to pull over. You're watching the same road I'm watching, dude. I can't pull over right now. He's like, dude, I'm serious. I'm serious. And I'm
right there.
I offered to. He was like, no, I don't want to do that. I think he actually wound up sharding, didn't he?
He did. He pooped his pants. He pooped his pants.
He pooped his pants, and he's like, guys, I sharded. I really need you to pull over. So we pull over.
He waddles.
We pull over. Hang on. We pull over, and Eric gets out of the car, and he walks past, and like I think it was this side. He walks past like this, clenching his butt, keeps waddling to the bathroom. And me and Billy are doing this, right? We're just laughing so freaking hard.
Really? If you guys would have pulled over on the highway, there was no more napkins at that point.
I don't think there were no more. I just don't think he grabbed enough when he went
okay,
in there.
gotcha.
No, dude, you can go to my car right now. I've got a fucking stack of napkins like that, like that, always.
Yeah, I underestimated the poop. So I didn't, however big the stack that I grabbed was, it wasn't enough. I had to end on on brushes and
I had
brushery.
enough, and I travel with my own toilet paper, and depending like if I know other people are going to be sharing my room and whatnot, I will bring more than just one roll, depending on how long we're.
So
going to
tell
be
me
gone,
he
too.
came back with no underwear at least.
Didn't ask. Didn't want to know. Didn't want to know. But he came out all relieved and happy and shit. He was like, guys, you should have been there. Like, yeah, no, glad we were.
I'm sure he's gonna appreciate you guys telling this story.
Was that the? Hey,
Oh, we can tell worse. Trust me.
was that the same trip where I punched his burger?
What in the world? What did that burger do to you?
Tell that story. Tell that story.
So we're sitting. Where were we? Wendy's or something?
Probably.
I think it was Wendy's. This was like at the tail end of the trip, and we all had enough of each other. And I'm sitting next to Eric. He's eating his burger. He turns. He looks at me with this look of like defiance on his face, and just goes right there as I'm eating. And he had put his burger down.
So he shifted in your direction.
Oh yes, it was an intentional. It was an intentional fart. It was intentional.
Gosh.
It was targeted. All right, and I was like, I think he was either getting some fries or getting a drink at this time, but whatever. His burger was down at that point, and I'm like, you know what? I punched his burger. And he was like, why'd you can't punch someone's burger? Why would you do that? Like I was the one that was out of line.
I've never heard of anybody punching a burger.
Eric, I know you heard that story out of context one time, and I remember you found it kind of funny.
I put it in my notes so that if
Oh, man.
the next script is like we gotta have something about somebody punching a burger. It'd be great.
This is where the title of the podcast really comes home.
What's wrong with these guys?
I think you were gonna say I punched a burger.
You know what? You know what's funny? On these many road trips that we've taken, and we've been doing your road trips like almost since the beginning of YouTube, right? So since like 2011, and we've
Of our YouTube.
this YouTube channel, and at one point I think at our peak we were doing like 10 road trips a year. Actually, we did that for probably 5 or 6 years straight, 10 road trips. There's not a whole lot of stories that can be told about me with shenanigans like this. If any, I gotta be honest. I try to keep my nose clean, I think. What are you thinking of?
I'll think of something for the next time we do this discussion.
I want Eric here. Eric's been on a lot of road trips with us. I want him to come down and do one of these.
Well, we'll have him. Yeah, actually, we'll do another one of these because I'm sure we can come up with some more stories, and then we'll have him come and tell his perspective.
No, I'm thinking of some of the that I've seen you guys do, and I'm not even close. I'm not even close. No, so you can.
I mean, I do have something, but I can't tell that story.
Look at him.
Hang on. Where were we?
Magfest.
Okay, damn it. All right. You got one at least.
Bad enough to where you can't even tell
Wait.
it.
Which Magfest? Because there was a couple of Magfests where.
So there you go, man.
Sorry, two confirmed. Two confirmed.
Make himself out like he's the straight guy, like no problems coming out of him. But that's not on a road trip, though.
That's a road trip.
I mean, that's not during the road trip. That's not on the road.
I mean, we can amend
That's
it.
a convention.
It's
Okay. But
on a trip. road or not on a trip?